Hey guys, welcome back. I'm your host, Carissa.
And I'm Christian, and this is Along Common.
So today we would like to give a big thank you to all the new followers that we got from our last video. It's so awesome to see some support after getting kind of beat down all the time in the comments. You know, people say really rude things sometimes. So it's nice to have some support. So we appreciate you guys for being here and welcome in.
Welcome in, you guys. You have made it to the final boss of podcasting. I'm just kidding. How are you feeling today, sister?
I'm feeling extraordinarily blessed, just grateful of God's grace.
Yep.
I guess is the best way I could put it. I'm having a really good day, and so are you. We're having a great day today.
You know what I think it is, honestly? Because last week we didn't hang out that much, maybe only 3 days. This week we've hung out every single day. It's now Sunday, so we've hung out like about 7 days. So I think that we're doing really good because we've spent so much time together this week.
I mean, it could be that as well.
So let's get into it, you guys. First, I want to start with Connor McGregor's amazing PR that he did before this fight. It was honestly, it got you riled up. It was very exciting. So let's take a look at that.
You talking to me? We're together, me and you. You're talking to me? You're talking to me? You're doubting me? After all we've been through?
He literally just lost that fight so pathetically. And that video just gave me chills.
I know.
He might have lost this fight, but I want to go see a Conor McGregor movie.
Yeah, that was amazing,
For
right?
real.
He's a great actor.
Jeez.
That is some of the best PR, honestly, for a fight that I've seen ever. I think that was really dope. Really cool. But, and then he goes and does this. Yeah.
Oh,
you don't land like that. What
I
are
know
you doing?
that's a very interesting first way to jump in, right? I'm not a professional fighter and I don't train anybody, but yet, you never know. We're capable of lots of things in this life, but that jump looked a little performative.
Yeah, I think he was just too excited. It's been 5 years since he's been in the ring. I think that he was very, very excited. He messed up. I mean, let's pull up his tweet from today because I feel for him. I feel really bad that he had to do this to himself,
You feel really bad he had to do it to himself.
Yeah, I mean, he literally, honestly, if the fight would have kept going, I think Max would have got him out of there. My head gasket is gone, destroyed. I had no injuries going into this fight. I was throwing kicks, planted, and jumping all throughout camp as well as backstage before the fight. This came out of nowhere. I am beyond dark here. I can only describe it as hell.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so it really does make you feel for him.
It does. Poor guy. We're Team Connor still.
Yeah.
What a showman. What a performer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what a man to show up.
Right.
You know what I mean? He shows up. He gives it his all, and you can feel it. So I think maybe Connor McGregor just move on to acting, and the people love you.
Yeah.
They accept you. I mean, I'm glad that I wasn't a paid attendee at that fight. That would have been a little bit more of a letdown.
Right.
But we're rooting for you, Connor.
We're rooting for you, Connor. But let's move on to Lindsey Graham because I woke up this morning. I saw people were saying, Croc, how did Lindsey Graham die? And I was like, it's just one of those things that they do like to try to build engagement. They're lying. And then I saw more and I was like, oh, and Lindsey Graham actually died. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Considering how big of an opponent he is in this whole machine fighting for the war in Iran. So I just thought it was super interesting.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to look into it a little bit, you guys.
Yeah, let's ask a couple questions because we'll all look into it together. I don't really know. I know that they said it was like a brief and sudden death. And I know that he was 71. It's kind of crazy that our government has lied to us about everything and everything's a lie. And now immediately when they don't give an explanation for death or it seems weird, you're just like, oh, great, they killed him.
Yeah.
They is the
Yeah.
question, but like, yeah, he was killed.
The reason that we are so jaded is because you lied to us about JFK. You lied to us about 9/11. You lied to us about the war in Iraq.
You lied to us about vaccines. You lied to us about Christopher Columbus. You lied to us about the shape of the earth. You lied to us about literally, okay, now let's just stop and say, what have you told us the truth about?
Right.
So that's why we're going automatically to these crazy scenarios that maybe Lindsey Graham didn't just pass away from a brief, sudden illness, and that maybe it was something sinister.
Yep.
Possibly.
When you try to find information about what happened to him, it's really hard to find.
What did Lindsey Graham die of, and where was he? What was he doing in Kyiv?
Okay, so Senator Lindsey Graham died at his home in Washington, D.C. He passed away on the evening of Saturday, July 11th at age 71 following a brief illness. Emergency medical responders had been called to the D.C. residence for cardiac arrest. His death was confirmed early Sunday. Cardiac arrest, huh?
Okay, cardiac arrest in his home. Well, I was seeing reports that they said he was in Russia at a drone facility.
I think he was just there.
Ukraine loses a champion in Washington with the death of Lindsey Graham, who visited Kyiv hours before his death.
He was obviously one of the most vocal supporters of the Ukraine war. And so he was in Kyiv, and I guess that he stopped being a supporter of the war in Ukraine before he died. So that's very interesting. So why isn't that being looked into?
Yeah, right.
You know, like this guy was just in Kyiv and he was changing his support for the Ukraine war, and he's a known warmonger, right?
Yeah.
And then he dies all of a sudden from cardiac arrest. Seems kind of weird.
It always does, but
Seems kinda
he could have simply died of cardiac arrest at 71 years old. That's a possibility as well, but it's worth looking into a little bit.
I think it's definitely worth looking into because, like I said, they've lied about everything always. They always lie. And so it's like, of course, we're going to look into it. Yeah. Especially, come on. I mean, Lindsey Graham was a very, very, you know, he's a suspicious character. He was just at Disneyland playing with wands. Like, he's very, very sketchy, I would say. I'm not a trustworthy guy. I wouldn't leave him around my kids, but still worth looking into, dude. Like, what the heck?
And he never was married, right? Never married,
No kids.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
So I wonder what he was fighting for.
Money and power.
Money and power. Because if you don't have kids to protect and you don't have a wife to support, I'm not saying that singleness is meaningless. I'm just saying, like, in your old age, like, what are you, if you get into Congress, what are you fighting for if you don't have any family?
Ooh, he is one of the biggest
Was
one of the biggest receivers of this, which is interesting. I'll just put it on the screen there for you guys for a second. That's big. As of 4/23/2026, if you look in comparison to everybody else in South Carolina, he is the #1 receiver. So that's very interesting. You would think that with all of that money and all of the fighting for that country, that he would have at least bought himself a little bit more protection.
or health. Because at the end of the day, I guess that's all that matters, because he either died from being killed or cardiac arrest.
Yeah. The whole Lindsey Graham thing, very, very sketchy. But I do want to move on again.
Yeah, let's move on.
I definitely want to take a look at all of this madness going on with the trial. Somebody that sticks out to me a lot is going to be Jack Posobiec.
Okay.
Because I didn't realize one of the shows that Charlie was a part of that was created, it was Charlie and Jack Posobiec. It was like their show. They had an entire show together. And so I just think it's kind of weird that this guy was so close to Charlie. And then you've got him sitting here being so sketchy in a way that team files being released. He was one of the influencers that came out with that binder, that show binder, like these are the files. And then of course, Jack Posobiec, right after the trial ends on Friday, the last day of trial, he comes out, he does this really long, extensive interview or this video talking about how the video that they saw in court is undeniable. It's obviously Tyler Robinson. You can see him take the shot. And it's really good HD. And so he lied about that as well. Like he's on these campaigns immediately to spread a narrative. And he was very close to Charlie because he had an entire show with Charlie. So it's just really weird. This was him. Remember this huge thing, you guys, right when they're like, we're going to release the files. Here's him with his files phase 1 binder and taking a photo op with it.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. And then we've got right here, this is just him right after the trial.
The question for me is how do you even get? I think everything's been proven. I think it's proven. It's, I would say, beyond probable cause at this point. I think that the question for me is how do you even get reasonable doubt when there's so much evidence? But the thing that I do just have to say is that I know that you guys watching on live stream couldn't see the last video that was shown. Well, it wasn't edited. It was zoomed in. Yeah. It was zoomed in from the surveillance video off campus, and specifically the part of the Losi Center, the roof, and you see everything. You see everything.
Interesting. Let's see what Brandy Cisalani has to say.
I was in the courtroom today. There is no high-quality, zoomed-in footage showing anyone taking a shot. The video shown is the same distance as the footage of Tyler jumping off the roof shown in this screenshot. I have no idea why people are claiming otherwise. They know the video isn't going to be released publicly, so they are misrepresenting what was actually shown in court. Very interesting.
She's claiming it wasn't even zoomed in. Like it was the same thing that everybody saw. There was no high quality zoomed in footage. So this is undeniable. Jack Posobiec says this is undeniable proof saying that is Tyler Robinson on the roof. This little thing right here is supposed to be Tyler Robinson. He says it's without a shadow of a doubt. Like it's obviously him. Be so for real. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a very shady character. Let's look at a little bit more into him. We all know how much we love Larry Loomer here.
This is Larry during his transition, so you couldn't tell yet.
Yeah, so Jack Posobiec, it says right here, this is from the General. Breaking, Jack Posobiec has now supported a cover-up of children being Jeffrey more foreign with the Middle East and the FBI narrative surrounding the Charlie Kirk assassination, all within 1 year. Looks like he's part of a big club and we're not in it.
Yeah, we're not invited. We're not in it.
Isaac Cappy calling out Jack Posobiec, Gabe Hoffman, Mike Cernovich, Laura Loomer, etc. as effing bad people who are evil that are unregistered foreign agents. So let's see. This is just right before Cappy died.
All over the place. Jack Posobiec, Gabe Hoffman, Mike Cernovich, Laura Loomer. Gabe Hoffman is running ops on people. He is a bad guy, dudes. I look like I've seen a ghost. Yeah, I have. And someone that was very close to me, I'm pretty sure they were just there to infiltrate me. These are really fucking bad people, and I'm beyond pissed. I don't even know how to describe the feeling inside of me.
So Isaac Cappy was an actor and controversial figure. He died May 13th, 2019. He's an American actor known for roles in films such as Thor, Terminator Salvation, St. John of Las Vegas, and Lemonade Mouth. So he was an actor. In the years leading up to his death, Cappy became known for making public accusations against several Hollywood figures, including Tom Hanks, Steven Spielberg, Seth Green, and others alleging abuse and satanic ritual abuse. These claims were a part of his engagement with the QAnon conspiracy theories, which he promoted online. Okay.
Very interesting.
So he died by suicide after jumping from a bridge in Arizona.
And he was also struck by a vehicle right before he jumped off the bridge. Interesting. Yeah, and I guess he put out that video we just watched before he died. So, I don't know. I'm smelling a cover-up again. I always smell these cover-ups, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting, though, that he does bring up Jack Posobiec, and Jack Posobiec got very close with Charlie at the end there. So, we've got all these people that are very shady that were surrounding Charlie.
Wait, let's not even call them people anymore.
Okay.
These are demons.
They're
We are
demons.
fighting a spiritual warfare on the daily, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And literally, Charlie Kirk was surrounded by demons. People completely possessed by demons.
Yeah.
Ungodly demon people. We just gotta pray.
We got to pray and we have to keep calling it out.
Yeah.
It's very important that we
Yes.
keep reproving all of this evil because it's run rampant for so long
Mhm.
and everybody is so awake now. It's like they're still trying to do all these psyops and still trying to like lie and just be like, you guys are crazy. You don't see all the evidence. It's just ridiculous what they're trying to do. But so many people are awake now and we're all not letting things go. We're digging even more into it. I mean, Jack Posobiec, nobody was looking at him a couple months ago, and now look at it.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a second. Every single person's going to be looked at in our eyes. We're all going to do the investigating because the court is apparently not. They're not going to do anything about it. The law enforcement's not going to do anything about it. So at least we as people, all of us, will know the truth of these evil people.
Mhm. So we can protect ourselves from it, you know, and our
Yes.
families and our minds, so we
Yes.
can live happy, independent lives, free from the grips of the devil, to be honest.
Yeah.
I literally these days, I feel like I'm, what is it, Bobby Boucher's mom?
Yeah.
Gatorade. Water boy. Yeah, I feel like,
Gatorade.
is Bobby Boucher?
Mhm.
Yeah, pull that up because I'm literally Bobby Boucher's mom where she's saying everything's the devil. Like, I'm Bobby Boucher's mom. It's the devil. It's the devil. Everything that's, you know, because there's so many bad things around us. And
I agree with you so much. It's not even funny. The closer that you start getting to Christ, the closer you start coming to your faith, and it happens so quickly. You start like everything, like music. You're like,
Yeah.
turn that devil music off.
Yeah.
And it's so true.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Like when your kids are watching something, you're like, you better turn that off. I don't think so.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Anything. And it is your right to protect ourselves and our worlds that we're creating with our children specifically. We have to protect them from these evils of the world, and we have to be knowledgeable of these evils of the world to be able to protect them.
And fear not.
Also, there's some interesting stuff coming out with Mitch Snow again. Mitch Snow's back in the light right now because he posted something yesterday. I thought it was really interesting because we were all wondering whenever Candace went on that break back in December, and then she posted a picture of, it said Fort Huachuca, and it was just like on the highway, somebody took a picture of Fort Huachuca, and everybody was like, Candace is going to release the footage of probably Erica Kirk at Fort Huachuca with Brian Harple, right? So he posts this long post yesterday about a picture that he will not be giving to anybody until Candace says the time's right. So let's take a look, you guys.
Until Candace says the time's right?
Yes. So he says, Mitch Snow, at the real Mitch Snow, says, unbelievable. It has been absolutely unbelievable how ugly people get because I won't just hand over my property. Give me your pictures. Just release them. Let me see a copy. Give them up or I'll run a bad story about you. We have heard it all, even attorneys offering representation if I hand over the photos in the fundraiser. I will release them at a time of my choosing and at a time of most benefit to me and the nation. And since I gave them to Candace Owens and did so under unsolicited promise, I will not release them to anyone unless she approves. They are hers and I am holding them or have them safely tucked away. No man, no judge, no president can compel me to violate my promise and personal contract. They may try. Let them make fools of themselves doing it. If there is one thing God made me for, it's enduring suffering. Let them show themselves the cowards they are. They'd harm or kill for photos. Seems they'd also fabricate AI videos just to kill a second time. Kind of crazy that he's saying, he's letting us all know there are photos. And this story's not going away, and it's just getting deeper and deeper because Candace is so good at being like, I'm not going to release it until I'm ready. And so
she's saving her most important evidence for the very last because she, you know, that's the way you do it, right? Is that you like hold on to the best for last.
Yeah.
The most important for last.
Yeah.
It kind of ends it, you know, it's like, okay, this is going to end it. No more questions from you.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Yes.
Candace Owens is coming back tomorrow, you guys, and it's going to be a big one. I feel like this week on Candace is going to be so telling because she has had to endure these last 2 weeks, some serious threats and just people just coming at her from every angle, trying to come at her. But again, psyops are not psyoping anymore.
They're not.
They don't do the same damage. And people, especially like Candace, she's so strong. She's just like, no, Not gonna work.
She's strong and she's still just a woman and she's pregnant. And how dare these people come at her like this for trying to find out the truth about one of her best friend's assassinations. Like,
Right.
how dare they? You know what I mean? Everybody talks about how dare you come at Erica with questions because she's a grieving widow. How dare you threaten Candace Owens' life while she's a pregnant woman with children?
Yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah.
not doing anything wrong besides asking questions and looking for the truth.
Yeah.
How dare those people? She's a pregnant woman.
Yeah.
You know, like, get out of here.
No, you have to protect the widow only. Only the widow.
Yeah, not the pregnant women with children.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah.
We had a very interesting DM from one of our followers, and he says, you have to look into this. I know that everybody's pulling up the car with Tyler Robinson, the Challenger.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, we'll pull up some of these photos actually of the Challenger because it doesn't look like the same car. You guys, it doesn't look like the same car to me.
See, I thought that the exhaust pipes looked like different exhaust pipes. It looked like they had, I don't know the term for it, but that looks like one of those
The long
singular, wide, rectangular ones. And the ones in the other photo were the individual circular tailpipes. That's what it looked like to me.
It looks like a dual, like right here, it says like there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are a quad exhaust, right? And then this looks like a dual exhaust.
Yeah.
1, 2.
Yeah.
Right? So that looks different. Those are obviously 2.
Yeah.
Right? Totally goes out, right?
Completely different car.
See that? Here, I'm going to go back to the other one too real
You're
quick.
right. The SXT.
Standard model. That's going to be the one that was actually Tyler's car at his mom's house.
That would make sense that Tyler would have a $31,000 car opposed to an $89,000 car.
Right.
So if that bumper is, unless he got a bumper upgrade to make it look like a more expensive car, but that's not likely.
But when did he get it?
Right.
Did he got it in like less than 48 hours? He got it done? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
And also, again, we've got to bring up, you guys, the fact that Blakey Neff is very suspicious.
Yeah.
And I only bring him up because apparently everybody was talking about there was a bald man in that car, right?
Yes.
The night that after Charlie had been assassinated. And then everybody's like, oh, it's Blake Neff. It's Blake Neff. And it was like a joke, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Blake Neff gets on some lives and he's like, I don't know where I was that night.
Yeah.
I don't know. I stayed in Utah, but I don't know where I was. And it's like, whoa. Now we're pretty much like, we're getting to about a 50% sure that was you.
You were at 30%. And then that percentage just keeps going up because you look suspicious. You come out and you try to defend yourself on a live. You haven't been doing this whole time. And then somebody says that's Blake Neffy in the car. And then you get on a live and start defending yourself.
Yeah.
It looks suspicious.
Let's hear him say it.
Do you remember when you left like Orem or the Orem area that night? Did you leave on the 10th, like the evening of the 10th?
No, we left the following day.
And did you, like, how did you get back to Phoenix?
I went back on a jet that was made available to us.
Like a private jet or something?
Yeah.
On the 11th?
On the 11th.
So you were in Orem on the night of the 10th?
Yes, I was.
Interesting. Thank you. You said that you stayed in Orem the night of September the 10th. You said that you went and stayed at the hotel, but you said you didn't know if you left. You're not sure if you left the hotel that night?
I mean, I don't believe I did.
You don't believe you did?
I mean, I probably stepped out because I was wondering if there was any food. I think is probably what I imagined, but it was late and it was a weeknight.
You said that you had to get a ride from the troopers to the hotel, so you didn't have your own car. Correct?
No, I did not.
So how did you step out?
I mean, I didn't step out from the hotel in any significant way. I may have physically stepped outside the building at some point. I didn't go anywhere else.
I think Blake Neff was on his phone at late at night or whatever time they did this live, right? Couple drinks in, one bad friend around. telling him, get on there. Just tell him you do this. You know how to do this.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. You need to get on there and defend yourself. They know it's you. They know it's you. It's you, or that you were in the car. You need to get on there and defend yourself.
Right.
And he gets on the call with that liquid courage.
Yes.
And then it just starts messing up. That decision he made to jump on that live call and just totally make himself look like a fraud and a liar.
Yeah.
I think it was fueled by alcohol.
Yeah.
Or he's on something, because it was a really bad decision.
Yeah, I think that he was probably drinking, and he probably had his boyfriend over. His boyfriend could even be like a honeypot situation, telling him like, you need to make you not seem guilty because you guys are all going down.
Yeah.
Because it is interesting. Andrew Colvett the same night decided to start making TikTok videos, and so let's pull that up real quick.
Something happened with these guys, because they've been quiet this whole time about topics that people actually want to know about from them. And now they're coming out together, kind of synchronized, coordinated a little bit. Something happened here.
I think it kind of makes sense that what happened was the fact that all of that information came out in trial about somebody being in that car, a bald man driving with 3 other people in the car. And so I'd actually love to know, Baron Coleman has to know the flight plans. I think Andrew Colvett left that night. He did not stay in Utah. Blake did. So very interesting. Let's take a look at what Andrew Colvett posted the same night that Blake Neff decided to do those lives.
I feel like I've been dealing with so many crazy accusations, either leveled at Erica or myself or the organization or whatever, anything except for Tyler Robinson in this process, that I haven't gotten a chance to articulate clearly what questions I still have outstanding that I want answers to. So here we go. Who knew what when? That's right. There is a lot of indication online that other people knew something was going to happen that day on September 10th. They posted on social media about it in really, really creepy ways. And none of those people have been held accountable. And I want to know why. And what did they know and when?
Hold on. During his video, did he edit his video like that?
I'm hoping that he didn't. But
it
I
says
think he
his
did.
at. It says at Andrew Colvett. Oh my
So
goodness.
he went in there and he edited that in there.
Or somebody did for him.
Okay.
Oh my God. Let's
Alrighty.
keep going.
The question I want to know the answer to is, was Lance Twiggs more involved than we currently know, right? We know that he's been given limited immunity for his testimony. It's going to be video testimony in the preliminary hearing. But how much did he know? And how much did he radicalize Tyler Robinson? It seems, and I encourage everybody to go check it out, there's a Turkey Tom YouTube video where one of their friends that would hang out with them in their apartment seems to indicate that it was a really manic, disassociative, sort of morally corrupt, bankrupt environment that Tyler Robinson was living in, and Lance Twiggs seems to be the source for a lot of that. So did Tyler Robinson just do this crazy thing all on his own, or did Lance Twiggs put him up to it? Was he a co-conspirator? I want to know that, because if it comes out that he was a co-conspirator, I would love to see him held accountable for that and not be granted any immunity whatsoever. Another
To touch on that real quick, because great question. We've all been asking the same thing. Actually, we've got about 20 videos posting about Lance Twiggs being there in Utah, UVU that day. There's just so much with Lance Twiggs. But for you to start asking those questions the same day that Blake Neff starts telling on himself, it feels like you're all kind of running for the hills and running away from each other and distancing yourself from each other. I think Lance Twiggs was in on it. I think Andrew Colvett and Blake Neff may have known something. And so they're all three they're all conspirators of it, all of them together, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're all kind of churning on each other, it feels like. So it's really interesting. This is all my opinion. There's no facts, obviously, but I would say.
I mean, I'm kind of agreeing with you here. I think that they are caught up so deep into their lies. They never thought it'd go this far with the people not letting up on the questions,
Right.
and they have nothing left. The lies, they like buried themselves as far as they could into the ground.
Yep.
Like there's no more dirt. They
Right.
cannot, like they're literally at a dead stop. So now it's falling apart, really.
I think it is falling apart, and I think that that's why they had everybody at once going on. I mean, even Officer Tatum came into even our videos and was like trying to say we're crazy, we don't know what we're talking about, this is all lies. And if you look at the comments that people say back to him, we all do have a lot in common because everybody feels how we feel about this. We think you're lying. We think that you're paid. And whenever you look up Brandon Tatum, let's go to TPUSA's website. And yes, I know whenever I go to TPUSA, it's going to track me. All right. I already know this. Baron Coleman let us know. When you go to their website,
They track you for what?
they just start tracking you.
Well, then
I've been to it a million times though. So,
Okay.
I mean, so we're going to go ahead and look up where we can find Officer Tatum because I
Okay.
know he's on here somewhere. We go to contributors. How easy. So under media,
yeah.
contributors,
Yeah.
you've got, he's one of the top ones too. Of course, we've got Jack Posobiec, Brandon Tatum, Alex Clark, Riley Gaines. Look at all these people. All of Graham Allen, of course.
Which, out of all these people, I wonder which ones really just don't know the truth, and I wonder which ones know the truth, and I wonder which ones are partakers in shitty things. You know what I mean?
Well, I think at this point in everything, I would say that there is no in between anymore. It's not like you don't know. I think
Yeah.
that you're going to go ahead. Who comes to mind right away is Alex Clark. Like, does she know that? Does she have foreknowledge of everything?
No.
I don't know. But I would say that in looking at all the facts now, you have to literally turn a blind eye
Yeah.
and turn your back on the truth coming out and all of the evidence coming out that you know you're lying to yourself and to your audience.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I just don't believe it. I think they're all lying. I don't like how they also still have, I think it's kind of weird, a contributor to the media. It's Charlie Kirk. I think that's weird. He is Turning
Yeah,
Point.
he is Turning Point.
And they have Benny Johnson next to, like,
right
what's
next
going on
to
here?
him.
And of course, Benny Johnson came out right away and
Yeah.
made a video as well.
Yeah.
So did Jack Posobiec. So did Brandon Tatum.
Yeah.
Very funny, you guys.
Like we can't see the coup.
Right. Or as I like to say, coop. What are you thinking here?
I'm thinking that TPUSA, it's just a matter of time before it completely crumbles. They have to rebrand, rename under the blanket of new faces, and it'll still be an organization forever under a different name, different faces.
Yeah.
It's just an organization that's trying to grab a population and sway them into a way that they are controlled.
Yeah.
I guess is the best way I could put it.
The whole MK Ultra experiment that they've been doing for a very long time on the public. I think that it's come a long way from keeping people's eyes open in a chair. I think that it's part of social media. I think that, as we like to say, Erica Kirk's daddy,
Aquino?
Yeah, Michael Aquino, he wrote the book for Mind Wars, and I think that it really is what their organization's trying to do. They hijacked it with Charlie Kirk because they saw from his very young age and his very young beginnings, he started making a movement with younger people.
Mm-hmm.
And so he had them. Like, even we talked to Mason Lemmy. Mason Lemmy was saying, I was moved by Charlie Kirk. He was a guy's guy. He talked about politics. He talked about religion. He was amazing at what he did.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Charlie Kirk was the only real part of that movement.
Yeah.
And then they hijacked it
Yeah.
into their Mind Wars thing to try to actually not just shape the youth, but manipulate them and control them and steer them in the direction that they wanted to go.
I think you're spot on with that. They thought that they were going to be able to take Charlie Kirk out and manufacture something that Charlie Kirk had within him. And that was God. Okay. And it's the same thing with CERN.
Yeah.
It's leading into CERN. They're trying to manufacture the God particle.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. They just had to turn it off. So we
Yeah.
want to take a look at what CERN is.
Yep. Let's do it.
What is CERN? Because I'm seeing all these things that time is stopping. It's causing this revolution. It's a lot of esoteric type of things.
Yeah, there's a lot of esoteric stuff going on with the whole idea of what CERN.
Yeah, yeah.
What's going on with CERN.
Yeah.
But for those of you who don't know, let's take a look at what CERN even is.
Okay. The CERN Collider, known as the Large Hadron Collider, is the world's largest and most powerful particle accelerator designed to smash particles together at near light speeds to study fundamental physics. It is a 17-mile circular tunnel located about 100 meters underground on the Franco-Swiss border near Geneva, Switzerland, operated by CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research. So it uses superconducting magnetics built to explore fundamental questions in physics, including the origins of mass, the nature of dark matter, and the asymmetry between matter and antimatter. So that's very crazy. So black holes and maybe even time travel and crazy shit.
Yeah, I mean, dark matter, like, isn't that the matter in between everything? Let's look up, what is dark matter?
Yeah.
We're learning together, you guys.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
you don't know this. Stop it. So dark matter is in astronomy and cosmology. Dark matter is an invisible, hypothetical form of matter that does not interact with light or other electromagnetic radiation. Dark matter is implied as gravitational effects that cannot be explained by general relativity. Unless CERN does some weird shit.
Dark matter, the way that it's being described to me, is complete emptiness where light can't interfere with it.
Yes.
Like it does not perceive light because it's completely emptiness, which sounds like hell to me.
Right.
Like an inescapable darkness. That's kind of like how the Bible describes hell.
Yeah.
An inescapable darkness.
Yeah.
And so dark matter seems to be that. And CERN seems to be on the path of satanic type of things with their ceremony that they had that was just a joke. They worship demonic entities and evil things to gain power and control, and it's absolutely disgusting and disgraceful. So CERN is shut down. It's shut down till 2030.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course it's shut down till 2030 because that's, I think, I don't know, for some reason I just have this feeling like the CERN has been going hard since like 2012, right? It just seems so weird to me that we have this huge 2030 agenda going on where they want this whole one world order, 15-minute cities, how we're all being completely controlled. I mean, flock cameras everywhere already going up. Like, it's just going to be like a total 1984 world that we're living in. 2030, the whole agenda is going to be put into place. When you look up 2030 agenda, I mean, they literally wrote the book about it. We're going to be all living in this weird world where we're eating the bugs. And so, of course, CERN would be closing its doors until 2030. I think it just goes hand in hand. There's something that they're planning big with the collider. And it's actually pretty scary to think about.
It is scary.
Yeah.
It's a terrifying thought because it's pure darkness that they're interacting with. At least we could say that by what CERN is. They're interacting with dark matter or trying to.
Right.
And so dark matter doesn't sound like something that we want to be messing around with.
Yeah, so what I would say is, I mean, we got 4 years, you guys, to really get our minds set right. And to have this Hadron Collider turned off is probably a good thing for our world. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. I mean, we're not trying to dig to the gates of hell anymore. So let's take these next 4 years and like really celebrate that they're not trying to
find black holes. They're not trying to interact with dark matter for 4 years.
Yes.
Like you said, it sounds like a good thing. Can't really tell you scientifically why.
Yeah.
Or I can't really even tell you spiritually why, but we can kind of maybe all agree that like a hydrogen collider that's 17 miles long underground that interacts with dark matter and breaks particles, it's probably good that it's off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably the best case scenario as of right now, especially with all the other crazy stuff going on in the world. Now we can focus more on the trial. So you guys that are trying to hide what happened to Charlie Kirk, get ready because we're all open-minded right now and we are free to keep digging into what really happened. So get ready for more of the truth to be put out there.
And we're using our discernment and we're praying to God.
Thank you so much for joining the channel. You guys are all truth seekers as well. You send really good notes and advice. And so thank you so much for your support.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. If you enjoyed the episode today, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow.
Check us out on Spreaker or Patreon to get that uncut, uncensored, unredacted full videos with exclusive content coming soon for members.
Till next time.
See you next time.